Hello everybody, it's Ross here and welcome back to the den. So this week there has been lots of stuff going on and I'll show you briefly here in still by still picture format. But to start, Hurricane Teddy is going to be coming right through Nova Scotia and very close to where I live in the next few days. So if you're watching this, this is going to probably be the last video for the next couple of weeks. I say that because I have no idea when the power is going to be restored and what damage will be done. Last year we had a hurricane just breeze by the eastern coast of the province, and excuse me a sec, and it had catastrophic winds that came with it. I'm trying to remember if they went up to 140 to 160 kilometers per hour, but I was outside during those winds, retacking my deck roof down to keep it from blowing away and causing damage to not just my own home, but to my neighbor's place. This one, it's supposed to be, they're predicting 120 kilometer per hour winds, which is about 140, 130, 140 in miles for those in the Americas. And, well, survived one. What if the house will survive one when it's this close? Because it's literally cutting through Truro and all the way up going towards the northern Arctic. And I feel bad for my Uncle Kenny and Aunt Winnie because they are closer to it, worse path, the predicted path is than I am. Still, nonetheless, we will strive. So, basically, everything I have upstairs, the Warhammer stuff, my model train sets I have stored up here at the moment, I'll be taking it all downstairs and sticking them inside my 3D printer cabinet where it's going to be the safest for now. Well, mainly the books. The plastic models, I mean, if I lose the plastic Warhammer models, big whoop, I can always get more. That is if the roof comes off and the walls come down, right? Um, the important thing to me is all my books because I have a complete 7th edition library and a 5th edition library. I don't have a complete 6th, 7th, or 8th. I didn't bother. I was going to bother with 8th, but now 9th is out. It's kind of like, do I really want to, kind of thing. We'll see. Because I haven't played many games lately of that, even not much this year. Really get that fixed up. I need a better car to get to Truro where the main game match are being held at, though. At any rate, as in further news, and we'll show it here now, I have the subfloors pretty much built up. As you can see here on the studio side, it's pretty much complete. Yes, the front isn't very even, but that's okay. The table's going to be over top of that, and it's going to be deck carpeting covering that up. Where's the workstation side, where I'm put my office desk and computer and my little office setup. The floor there underneath, it's more unlevel, so I got to go and put some more little more pieces of scrap wood in there to help support the weight, so it's not so bouncy when I sit on that section with the chair. And not to mention, make sure I got enough coverage for the table legs. And again, it will be carpeted as well. However, I'm going to put a bit of a lip on the side closest to where the little step is, so I don't roll off there accidentally with the chair and fall down and hurt myself. Especially with when I get older. I'm in my 50s and I'm still doing this. As for the cabinet, you see in this picture here, I went a little crazy on the height. The wheels added more, and I couldn't get this to stand up properly. Well, get the tilt up properly. And where I plan to place it, I got to go around some pipe work, and I'm going, this isn't going to work. So, what's going to happen here is I'm going to put the placement where the top shelf would be, install that shelf, and then cut the thing in half and put a new bottom in for the top. So I'm going to have a bit of a split cabinet system going on here. When I originally did the measurements up, I did it up as a design. I didn't put in mind the pipe that's going to be in the way. And the reason this drainage pipe is right there in the way is because apparently that corner, as far as I can tell, used to house a basement bathroom. So, and for me to recorrect that pipe work, it's going to be a lot of work. Drill another concrete hole, making it match up, put a new fitting in, and it's like, why break something that's already working, right? Now for the exciting bit is the training room. I've got the first top of the next piece done. The next piece will be done not today as I'm recording this because I'm going to be taking care of a bunch of pre-hurricane stuff. But Sunday, which will be tomorrow morning for me when I get off work, that's when I'll start the next section unless something comes up and I got to help my neighbors, which, you know, life is more important than the hobby right now with this hurricane coming in. It's supposed to be expected off the coast on Tuesday. I forget which time that is, but you know, it's still a pretty big deal. And yeah, and if I have enough timber left over, I might be able to build up the framework for the 4x4 section in the one corner. But what I have right now is plenty of material to finish up the next top, get the legs built, and I'm going to modify how I hook up the legs in the bottom because I just remembered something. The way I got the supports between the legs set up right now for the wheels is you can't put a lot of weight on that because the way the 2x4s are sitting, they're sitting on their weaker point. They should be up the other way. So my next task is to redesign the bottoms a little bit again on the fly so it'll support some shelving units. But after that though, it's just 3 more sections I gotta build. That'll be another 2x6 slab. The one going in the back corner across the sump pump hole. I gotta really watch my measurements there to make sure I clear the sump pump unit itself. And I think it's about 2x4 or 2x5. It might even be 2x6 as well. I can't recall. But everything's going to come bearing down to that 4x4 section. Because I'll probably build the 4x4 section in first. Actually, you know what? It doesn't really matter which last 2 pieces I build back there first because they both got to connect up with the 2x6 sections that are going in there. What fun this is going to be. So anyway, folks, that's what I got progressed so far. If I survive all this and there's no significant damage done to the house, and I hope not, it's been pretty sturdy built so far. What do I say now? Right. Hopefully next month, after this whole ordeal, I will have the next table sections completed on their legs, leaving me with just the task of getting some blue insulation foam to put on top of that, to not just add a little more quietness, but to also add like so I can add some carvings and detail to help make it pop out a little bit, you know. And then from there, laying some track for the first level. Normally I would wait till I get the top section done, but I kind of want to get something going, something rigged up, so I can start doing tests and videos on the main layout itself instead of the quick temporary Bachmann Snaptrack setup I got going on right now. So anyway, folks, stay safe from the COVID, and hopefully we'll see you again after the hurricane. Take care.